This is the Helpful Lockpicker, and I'd like to welcome you back to my lockpicking homeschool series. The video I have for you today is on selecting your first pick set when you are first starting out. What I have in front of you is a variety of picks, and I'm going to go through them one by one, and then hopefully you'll be able to make a better decision when you are going to buy your first set. So, what we have in front of us is a set of picks. They are organized from thickness. The black handles are 25 thousandths of an inch thick. And then once the black handles end, the purple are 18 thousandths of an inch. The blue are 15 thousandths of an inch. And then on the top here we have two tension wrench types. We have a bottom of the keyway tensioner and two top of the keyway tensioners. One of them is in 50 thousandths and one of them is in 40 thousandths. The important thing you need to know when buying your first set is that often buying individual picks is a lot cheaper and makes more sense because you don't end up with picks you're never going to use. All of these picks here have something special about them and they all serve a purpose, but you may not need such an extensive set when you're first starting out. The first pick we have here is just a standard hook. This is what I use to open up about 95% of my locks. This is in 25 thousandths thickness, and this is a really great tool. It can really open up pretty much anything I throw at it. Some people have a preference though. They like the gem style, where the hook's a little bit flattened off here so that they can get the pens a little bit easier, and it also has a little bit more of a reach when you kind of look at it. The hook's a little bit steeper. I don't know if we can see that. So this one's can be useful if you got a lock with some difficult bitting where the key pens are, you have a short key pen and a tall key pen and you're trying to reach around the tall key pen to lift the short one. This can help. Another popular choice is the Deforest Diamond pick. This pick is like a half diamond, except it has the little bend in it that gives you some extra reach. In every set you should have one deep hook. This one is really great for being able to reach around pens. So essentially when you're buying your set, you always want to have a short hook, a medium to a deep hook, a couple rakes. I have my Bogota Rake, and then I have my city rake or my L rake, depending on what you'd like to call it. When you're reading about picking locks, you always hear about the half diamond pick. I barely ever use mine. These can make a good makeshift dimple pick, and some people swear by them, but for me, this tool is almost never utilized. So what you need to do when you're considering picks is see what kind of locks you're going to be dealing with. 25 thousandths picks fit into a variety of locks, but sometimes those are a little bit too thick. So a lot of people swear by the 18 thousandths pick. But my golden rule is I always try to use the thickest pick that I can get into the keyway without it touching the siding or the warding. So when you're looking at all these tools, I hardly ever use the 15 thousandths. The only 18 thousandths I really ever use is the standard hook and then the hook 7. But if I wanted to make a great kit that's going to cost the least amount of money that's going to last you a long time, I really only use a handful of these tools. I'll show you what I use. For about 95% of the locks I open, I can get away with just a standard hook in 25 thousandths, and then I can get my deep hook at 18 thousandths, also a standard hook at 18 thousandths, by two rakes, a bottom of the keyway tensioner, and my two top of the keyway tensioners, one at 40 thousandths and one at 50 thousandths. The important thing about these tension wrenches is you always want to have them fit nice and snugly in the lock. And you need to get a little handful of different size bottom of the Keyway Tensioners. But this is my go-to set. This will open up the vast majority of locks right here. If you want to save a bunch of money, just buy individual picks. Get a short hook, a deep hook, a Bogota style rake, a city rake, a bottom of the Keyway Tensioner, and 2 top of the Keyway Tensioners, preferably 1 in 40 thousandths, 1 in 50 thousandths, and you'd like to have your hooks. You'd like to have a 25 thousandths and a little bit thinner one in about 18 thousandths. If you guys have any questions about selecting picks to help get you started, please leave them in the comments below. If you have any suggestions on videos you'd like to see me make, please leave them below as well. If you like this video and you'd like to see more like it, please subscribe. Thank you so much for checking this out, and I hope you all have a great day. Thank you.